Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a good week. Our first week post Pesach. If you were away for Pesach, welcome back. And I look forward to seeing everyone who will be in Shul this Shabbos. As always, our Erev Shabbos videos of our Torah is meant to be a merit for all of Israel, for those living in Israel, for the soldiers who are fighting on behalf of the Jewish people, those who are injured and who are recovering, all of their respective families, and especially for the hostages that remain in Gaza. Today is day 567 of their captivity. We daven for their well-being and protection and for their speedy release or rescue. The most dramatic moment in this week's Parsha is the death of Nadav and Avihu on the day of the inauguration of the Mishkan. The Torah describes that the two of them took an incense offering via Yakrivu Lifnei Hashem and brought it into the Holy of Holies. However, it was a foreign fire, Asher Lo Tzivosam, that was not commanded, and Vateitze Eish Milifnei Hashem Batochalosam, and a fire descended from heaven and consumed them. Vayamus Lifnei Hashem, and they died there in the Holy of Holies, and Aaron was standing just outside. He saw this, he heard it, and he is in shock. He has just lost two of his sons. Vayomer Moshe Aaron, and Moshe tells Aaron, Hu Asher Diber Hashem, but this is what God had told me, this is what he decreed. Vikrovai Kadesh, that with my close ones, my dear ones, I will be sanctified and I will be honored in the presence of the entire people. Vaidom Aaron, and Aaron was silent. Aaron was silent not because he did not feel anything, not because he was indifferent or stoic. The Rashbam writes, Vaidom Aaron, me'aveluso v'lo bacha, he did not cry. Mimasha rosa lisabav livkos, despite he wanting to, inside, internally feeling it, being totally broken, overwhelmed, this gaping hole inside of his heart. But because he was standing in front of the Jewish people on the day of the inauguration, he didn't express it. The Ramban writes, Vaidom Aaron shahaya bocha bekol. Vaidom Aaron doesn't mean an Aaron was silent, but an Aaron silenced himself. He quieted himself. He regained his composure because he was crying audibly, out loud, weeping. But he somehow pulled himself together because that is what God required of him in that moment. How did Aaron pull himself together? How did Aaron have that strength? What gave him some measure of consolation to be able to process what had just happened? Well, it's because of what Moshe told him. Moshe said to him, B'krovaya kadesh, hu asher diber Hashem. This is what God said. B'krovaya kadesh, I need to be sanctified through my most dear ones to show how strict I am, judging them like the width of a hair, the righteous. To be honored in front of the entire nation, for people to see the intensity of the holiness of the Mishkan. Moshe said to Aaron, there was a need for this, and this sanctifies the Mishkan. Ultimately, this will bring a Kiddush Hashem. And apparently that reason made sense to Aaron. He understood it. But more generally, what Moshe gave to Aaron was he gave him a why. He explained to him that his son's deaths were not meaningless or random or pointless or senseless, but there was a purpose and a reason, and it accomplished something, and it was part of Hashem's plan. And that why gave Aaron the strength he needed, the consolation he needed, the point of reference, so that he could, again, at least process and deal with and somehow bear the tragedy that he endured. We have read accounts of freed hostages who shared that in captivity, Hirsch Goldberg Poland would give himself strength and give strength to others by quoting Viktor Frankl, who said, if one has a why, they can bear with almost any what. If a person has a reason or a purpose, you can overcome incredible challenges, even pain and suffering. If a person does not have any sense of purpose in life, it's hard to live life even in good circumstances. But when someone has a deep purpose, meaning in life, then they can overcome almost anything. That quote from Viktor Frankl is talking about when a person feels that they have a certain purpose, some reason why they need to be here, something that they need to accomplish. And Emuna gives us that, but Emuna also gives us a sense that there is a purpose to the world. There's a reason for all of us of why we are here, that there's some greater plan. And Hashem wants us to try as best as we can to sometimes figure out in general what is the purpose? Why am I here for? What am I supposed to accomplish? What is the point of all of this? What is the direction that all this is heading in? And sometimes we can't quite figure it out, but we always know that it is not random. It is not pointless or purposeless. There is a reason, there is a why to this. Emuna faith helps us overcome challenge and even get through tragedy. And that's not just because it reassures us that someone is there, that someone is watching, that there's someone who can help us, so have hope. But it is also because Emuna gives us a why. Without Emuna, without belief in a creator, in a greater purpose of the world, there really is no why for the world. It simply just is. It simply just exists. It simply is a what. But Emuna gives each individual person a why, and it gives a why to the purpose of the entire world and of all of humanity. Aaron, we normally don't think of as the Balamuna, as the model of someone of great faith, but he is also that. We should be inspired by the example of Aaron, and may we all be blessed to have a sense, because it is a blessing to feel a why, to have a sense that there's a reason why I'm here, there's something that I'm doing, I am important, God wants me here, there's a purpose. May Hashem bless us with a sense that we all have a why. May we all have the deep emuna that there is a why uh, for the Jewish people, for the world in general, that should give us the strength to overcome any challenge that we face, overcome any challenge that the um, Jewish people as a whole face, and we should be part of those who fulfill in not the same way, but the same goal as Moshe's words, B'krovai Kadesh, may we all lead lives that are Kiddush Hashem, Pnei Kol Am Echabed, and bring greater glory to Hashem in the presence of all people. Have a good Shabbos, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom.